Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. With me this week, I have Corey, GM of RoboWolf,
Going
and
on?
myself, the GM of Team Ramrod and your commissioner. We have week one results. Let's start with that, like we always do. There's no format change, boys. You know what to expect. Uh, some good, interesting results, unexpected results, and some that were definitely expected. I will start off with saying our predictions were not great last week. You
Nope.
went 2 for 8, and I went 4 for 8.
2 for 6 and 4 for. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Two
So,
of eight. Yep, gotcha.
uh, let's see. Let's start off with on my screen here. It's Ramrock. It's whoever's sharing screens. There's always at the top.
Yep.
So Ramrod versus Sorokin. Ramrod pulling out the 7-6 victory. What happened here, buddy?
Yeah, a really close matchup, 7-6. The categories weren't overly close though. Um, Everyone pretty much dominated the categories you won. You went 4-0 in goalie stats, which really was the big difference here. And Bobrovsky going 3-0 on the week was as the difference. Hellbuck in his one showing it wasn't spectacular.
Two showings.
Um,
Two showings.
Two?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
Uh,
good in one. He was not good in the first one.
no. And then Neil's players did well, just not enough. Your two shorties was the difference here, giving you the win.
He had a shorty that he left on the bench, but it wouldn't have made the difference.
No,
He benched Savannah Jad on a busy Saturday, and Savannah Jad ended up getting a shorthanded point. So.
freaking hate. Nothing's worse than having to bench people in fantasy hockey. You always choose wrong.
I was pleasantly surprised with the performance of a lot of my guys, especially Kreider in Anaheim. A couple goals, put up some grind. I'm actually really happy with my team. I'm not really looking to rock the boat here too much. Maybe a couple little changes, but Ramrod performed how I thought they would, and this is one of the ones you got wrong. I just wanted to say
Yeah, I know. That's all
that.
right. It was a close one.
Now, it wasn't as close as you seem apparently, because all the categories were dominated.
It's true.
Jager bombs falling to Domo's trash team is what I'm going to go forward calling them. But what happened here?
Almost trash GM.
Yeah,
Goalie category is getting three for him. Um, 9 goals, 18 assists. Pims, he only lost by two. Uh, Tied in blocks. But yeah, Geiger Bombs did not show up very much. That's for sure. Three goalie wins, but his goalies did not play well. Otherwise, I guess their team won. But yeah, 6 goals, 8 assists, -7. It's not really much offense. 26 hits, and not a lot of grind either.
we both got this one wrong.
Yep.
And I just feel like Domo's team got worse as the week went on, but we'll get to that later. But uh, that that just tells you something about the state of Braden's team here. Was it just a flash in the pan last year? Um, who knows, right? I guess we'll see.
Yep.
But, if you lose to Domo, I don't know. You don't have high hopes. I might put my foot in my mouth here because I'm playing against him this week. So
Yep. Might as well sell off.
no, that's it. That's it. Trying to sell the whole team. Doll try the beef defeats China number one. Pretty handedly, it looks like. What happened?
Yeah, speaking of selling your team after week one,
Oh no, not
China
this year.
number
This year's different,
yeah,
boys.
China number one here. Just slightly lost in a lot of categories. Didn't really put up much. A goalie shutout, 3 wins. Actually, his goalie stats probably would have beat Domo's in the matchup actually. But no, Daltrey cruising to a week one win here. Nice to see.
This is another one that you got wrong. This is one of the ones I got right. So thanks, Travis, for showing me that I put my faith in the right bottom feeder here in Daltrey. Uh, it doesn't set his lineup all year, but he'll usually do it week one. So the Shifley Tower taking it to Team Rocket. What happened here?
Yeah, his goalie's taken four goalie stats to zero. The real difference here is splitting four player stats apiece. Um, Tied in hits, Kyle two blocks more, plus three more. Uh, Shifley Tower one goal more. So a lot of close categories except for five GWGs in a shorty. So that was a five GWGs on eight goals. So that's impressive. But yeah,
I don't think there's a surprise here. We both got this one correct. So we both went with Derek, and he came through for us. That's, well, I guess you have one more that you got right, which is the last one we'll talk about. No one saw this one coming. Dre and Plums tied. What happened here?
yeah. Plums he's getting four goalie stats to zero, really carrying his weight. Only four shots behind, two blocks behind. So they're tied in power play points. One shorty for Nick. Yeah, so a really close matchup. Besides goalie stats
That
at
shorty
six
really
six.
saving next week. I came
Yeah,
on Saturday night. It was just Seidel and McDavid on a shorthanded, must have been an empty netter, I imagine.
that's huge.
Yeah. Saving him a point against my farm team.
Your farm team.
If you can't get past the farm team, wait till we play, Nick. Whew. Week one is always it's always a fucking crapshoot, right? So
Oh,
big
100%.
big point for Plums. He's not in the running right now for the Caucasaurus. He is in the safe zone at this time.
Still early, still early.
Still early, but right now he's ahead of like five other teams. Hero. What kind of a hero fucking loses all the time? Um, but he lost to the Polar Bears here, who's not a very good team in my opinion. So what's that say about you, Mark? We put good feedback on your team, and then you perform like this. What happened?
Yeah, Sean's goalies. Holy, you got it away over here.
Too early in the
Sean's
day.
goalies. I know. Need my afternoon nap. Thanksgiving extra ham for lunch.
Ooh.
Five goalie stats here for Sean. Beat him by one goal and a shorthanded point. Uh, Mark with one extra hit. So one extra power play point plus three. So we're really close matchup. Mark with some decent goalie stats too, just not a lot of starts. So, but quality starts, just not enough to take Sean.
Yeah, I think that's what'll happen too, right? Especially like he's running Greaves, who's probably a 50-50 starter right now. Um, he's getting the start today. But also you're running two goalies from Toronto, so you're only gonna get that one team's game. So if they have a light schedule, then you're you're
And
suffering
one
from
and
starters,
one's hurt.
right? Yeah. That's the downside of having a duo, is you have that duo from the same team. If they only have two games that week, then you're only getting those two starts, and you're still down in goalie starts, right? But Sean with a big win to start the year, also trying to avoid the Caucasaurus early on. He's one of my favorites. One of my favorites to win it. But
Oh
Domo
shit!
the favorite in my opinion. But we'll see what else he does because he's just going to move everything around all year. Patches O'Hooligan after a massive draft. Just gets beat down by Svechby a drink. What happened here?
And this was a really close matchup. Uh, Dan's goalie Shesterkin really the difference here, giving him four goalie stats to zero. But if you look at the player stats tied in assists, Dan won by two PIMs by plus one, tied in power play points, Patches with one shot more. So a lot of close matchups that are could have win either way, really. But Dan's squeezing out the win. Big matchup first week.
I know it's only week one, but Nick this week was telling me how he's going to be the alpha dog this year, and he's going to lead the pack. So he's not off to a good start. You might have to put him down already. Like, see, let's see what happens here, but he's not off to a good start trying to lead the pack. He's going to lead it from behind, from the bottom here.
Yeah.
He's what you call a power bottom.
It's like a little chihuahua, all bark.
RoboWolf defeating the Utah
Oh,
Wasatch. Um, what happened here?
yeah, this was a close matchup. Uh, a lot of split starts. Really could have went either way. Sunday we both had one guy going. As long as there wasn't a difference of plus minus of two, um, then I was pretty safe. But really everything else was fairly close. Two game winning goals each, 12 goals for my team. Uh, yeah, he had a lot of grind. His goalies played pretty well, just couldn't get the wins for him. I had a lot of starts, just my goalies didn't really play well. But yeah, close week one.
This is the other one that we both got correct. Um, I want to say something that did impress me is there wasn't one ad drop trade this week in week one.
So many people using them right off the bat to just adjust their draft, right?
I feel like it'll be that way for the first couple weeks because people are kind of like, I want the win myself. Unless someone's off to a blowout lead going into Sunday, I feel most people are going to try and compete and hold on to those picks, right?
I got an offer for mine at drop,
Oh, really?
so there
You
was
ch
there was a potential.
you
I wanted
chose
to pick
not
up.
to do it.
Yep, I wanted to get Walston.
You chose you had a plan for it. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had a plan for it.
yeah, so
Yeah,
then yeah.
otherwise I would move it.
In that case, if I had a plan for it and someone really wanted it, I'd say, okay, this is what it's going to cost you then, because it's going to ruin my plan. You know what I mean? Like, if you're willing to pay that,
Yeah.
it'll disrupt my plan. But overall, good first week. I think a lot of close matchups. No one really got blown out except Travis, 9-2. Everything else was with a few points.
Yeah.
If only Travis had like a bunch of players that he drafted on his team that he didn't move already. That might have
Oh,
helped him.
oh well. Speaking of that,
Yeah, let's go to trades. Let's start off with an interesting trade. Last week, I criticized Domo's team saying I think he needs to rebuild, and he starts wheeling and dealing, but I didn't expect him to trade his only starting goalie to start the week. He trades Veg, a 12th and a 15th, for Barzal, a 7th and a ninth. What do you think of this?
I didn't think Veg would fetch that much, to be honest. So just because I think it's kind of I'm not aware of the goalie situation too much in Utah. So
He's the goalie. He's the
uh,
man.
yeah, he's kind of had the opportunity for a while, right? I don't know if there's anyone else in the system, but decent return on him. But that being said, he didn't really have the goalies to back up moving one of them, right? So
That's going to be my criticism of the week. Yes, it's a good price, but that doesn't mean you should move it just because the price is met. And it's not
yeah,
just this trade, just in general. That's my feeling about the trades that went on this week. Uh, because now what's he do for goaltending? He's going to be picking up scrubs all week. You're going to use all your ad drops on scrubs every week because you don't have a starter. And if you think that that's going to get you far in this league, I mean, you haven't been paying attention for the last 10 seasons. Uh, five goalies stats a week. I mean, it's important to have a starter, at least one, and to move him out for a seventh and ninth. That's a great trade for Neil. I fucking love this deal for Neil. Seventh and a ninth for a starting goalie in our league. You didn't pay a sixth because I do know he did make an offer very similar to this for one of Daltrey's goalies, and Daltrey insisted a six plus for Binnington. So. for him to go out and just say,
Yeah,
fuck it, I'm going to go grab another starting goalie for a similar offer, then good on Neil. Great pickup for that price. I don't like it for Domo, but again, that's because what do you have? Like your shelves are bare, especially in the goaltending department, and you move out your one piece. Um, I don't think the return is enough in that aspect. If you
I
would have
agree.
got some kind of lesser goalie in return, cool. But I mean, Barzell is one
I,
dimensional. I'm not a fan of the deal for Domo, but he's going to keep wheeling and dealing those picks through the next 4 weeks till his cupboards are bare again, and then he'll be fucked for the rest of the season. So
see, I went to go check Neil's goalies quick, and he has Veg playing today, but he has the X, and he has Johansson from Tampa with the start already on his bench, so he missed out on a start.
Neil
So
works
early game,
nights.
the early games get you.
Neil works nights, so you don't know, right?
Yeah,
So he's probably asleep before that game started. And I personally, I knew there were afternoon games today, and I set my alarm for 11:30 a.m. Even though I worked overnight last night, because like I gotta see if I have any goalies going, but none of them, all of them have the X, so
yeah.
uh, I would have missed
All
out
of that
anyway.
the X.
They all have X, triple X on my roster right now. This trade, I don't know why Domo would do that. I think his team is bad, and he trades his sixth for Derek's sixth. This is just kind of like a thing, I guess, that's been going on, like a bet that I'm going to do better than you. I definitely think Derek won this trade. What do you think?
Yeah, historically, I would say that just based on draft picks alone, you should be going for the Shifley Tower uh, going into the season, right? Just where they started.
Yeah,
So just from an analytical point of view, I would say it's a good trade for Derek.
yeah, that's what I'm basing it on. Now we have another deal here. This is Travis here, the guy who said, "Oh no, this year's different. I'm going all in to compete and win." And these certain guys aren't for sale, and a few days later they're moved. And his reasoning, I'm going to quote this. He said, "The price felt right." But that goes back to my point where just because the price is right doesn't mean it's the best move for your team. If you're trying to compete, getting picks this early, like it could be good asset management, but also like those players could help you now. Let's talk about the trade. Konechny, Truba, a 10th and a 12th going to you in exchange for Lindholm, Clark, a 6th and an 8th. So tell me about this deal, buddy.
Yeah, I think they're two players that I need for a playoff push to get them this early. I think the price is right. They got both drafted in seventh. You could argue the sixth might be a little bit of an overpayment, but I felt like no one was really paying, so I was okay with that. And then also, I'm really happy about getting a 10th and a 12th back. I think that was good asset management on my part because they're still competitive draft pick positions.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the picks should have been a lot more spread out. If you're trying to get players from me that I'm using right now, I need to give you crap in return. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to compete.
yeah,
Um, Like really, if you look at it, okay, like between the sixth and the 12th, there's a big enough difference, but the eighth and the 10th is like nothing. It's like a wash almost. Right? Like so but to get a sixth for players, I guess the price is right because I don't think either of those players fetches a sixth. But he's like, I'm gonna turn that sixth into something later on, but you could have used these guys right now. You already lost adultery. How many losses can you take? You know? Um I don't know, I would have held on to them myself, but I think this is a good trade for you. It really helps shore up your roster a bit in some areas that you've historically were weaker in. Um, and I don't like it for Travis. I think he had such a high, all these draft picks, that high rank draft picks. You do that to compete. You don't do that to move them out week one. You never we can accumulate these picks so you can move them again later on. Like you, if you can't win with the team you drafted and with everything done by the eighth, then man, you got bigger issues. That's just my opinion. It's not. I'm not trying to hate on Travis. Just think you should have stuck to your plan. Is all. You know,
Yeah,
you can't resist though. You can't resist trading.
yeah, and it all happened so fast. There wasn't much build up in trade conversation to get to that. So you didn't even really have time to do the gut check, really rethink it right.
No,
I have no regrets moving to
no.
six, but I know historically I've been using that six to try to get some keeper upgrades or work on my goalies. Uh, and I just have these types of players available later in the draft.
There's no one really selling right now though either, right? So you got to
Yeah,
overpay a little bit, and that was a good.
yeah,
I'm not saying the value is wrong. Honestly, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't like the deal for Travis in that mindset, saying that he wants to compete, he wants to make the playoffs this year. Well, then you don't sell some key pieces of that early on the season for a six that you might turn into something later on. And now he's out in the
yeah,
chat. Who's selling? Who's selling? No one's selling. It's week two,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah. That's why I was willing to pay it because I've been checking with people. No one wants to tweak yet.
So now
Not
you
the
know,
players
guys,
that
it
we
doesn't
want.
matter if Travis is competing. As long as you set a nice price, he'll make the deal, even if it hurts his team. Lindholm, though, moved right away. Lindholm, Roy, a 14th and a 15th. I think it went to Domo. Yeah. For Jenner, Faber, a 10th and 11th. What do you think of this deal?
I don't understand it for Domo. Um, I mean, Lindholm had a really solid first few games. I picked him up on the waiver wire, and I think that's part of what tempted Travis to take my offer too. So then instantly move him, and to get Roy, who's solid but not elite, but for two decent pick upgrades, two 4 round gaps. And I think Boone Jenner's a solid player to have for Travis, and then Faber's not much grind there, but I don't, yeah, I don't know. I don't, I think a good trade for Travis here.
Yeah, I think it's a decent trade for Travis. Like Lindholm means nothing. He's like you said, waiver wire player. He's only has that center position, and we all know there's an abundance of those out there. Um, so he's kind of very expendable. Um, I don't understand this deal for Domo. If it makes his team better, great. I just don't know that it does. Maybe it's a man game thing for this week. I don't know. But that seems to be what he usually does. But I don't understand it. I don't even want to pretend to understand it. I don't care for it. I think it's a good deal for Travis for sure. Recouping some of those picks. He's got to gather those draft picks. Because he has big plans to buy when no one's selling.
I think this is expendable players
This
to
is
me.
expendable players though. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
a
a
little different.
Konechny and a Truba that he drafted in the seventh round to say I can get a sixth and an eighth, so I'll take the loss on one to gain a pick upgrade on one.
Yeah, should have been more aggressive getting better picks back, or
Sending worse back.
give it. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Or just reconsider like what you want from your team this year.
yeah, yeah.
At the end of
Different
the year, if
angles.
he still has that six, he's gonna be like, shit, I wonder what could have been if I would have kept my
Yeah,
guys and competed this year.
a full season worth of them.
Yeah.
I like to move my picks early for that reason. Comment
I
on
do
it every
too.
single year. Yeah,
I do too, but I think, yeah, you know what? I think I was telling you this earlier. I'm pretty happy with my team. I'm gonna not make any deals to acquire big pieces. I'm just gonna kind of tinker a little bit and let them run for a bit. Who knows? This year, maybe I go into the draft with a sixth rounder. Uh,
not me.
Stranger things have happened. Then you made another deal today. Primo a 13th for Yari and a 16th. Domo picking up a backup goalie after moving his starter out last week. What happened here?
Yeah, I think I picked up Yari in the draft, just thinking it was decent value at the time, but I really don't feel the need to run him as my third goalie. Um,
Especially since
so,
Seelovs is getting that crease, really.
well,
So
he got blown up the last game, but you never know, right?
that's
I
Pittsburgh.
think it will be a 50-50. I think it's a good price for Domo here, to get goalie starts. Let's see if he holds on to him right. Um, might be able to get Seelovs from Travis. You never know. I don't think Travis is
He's
stuck on
probably
goaltender.
available, Domo.
If you send an offer that's a fair price,
Yeah.
you can't say no. So no, I like this one for Domo, and I'm happy for it myself. Or else I wouldn't have done it.
I just want to clarify though. I don't this trade, whatever. That's a good price return for you. I just want to clarify to Travis, because you know he's gonna be taking this personally. Like I just to me, I don't even care about the fair value. It just it makes me laugh that it's this year's gonna be different. For like months, he's been planning this draft. It's gonna be such a good
Dude,
draft,
it's been a year. He sold how early last year,
and
right?
then
His keepers were so literally more than a year because he sold those keepers in like July of 2024. So it's been like 16 months he's been building to this team
he
and
had a
just
whole
sold off.
spreadsheet. This is what I'm drafting. I hope it's gonna go well. And
I
week one,
appreciate
he's traded pieces out because the price felt right. Uh, anyway, let's get on to the matchups for this week here. Um, Team Ramrod taking on Trash Captain Crunch here. Who do you got?
I gotta go with you as much as it pains me. I'd love to see a big Domo website here just to hear what you have to say about it, but
Yeah, just
I think everyone would love to see it, to be
well, that
honest.
score just changed now. We're 2-2 instead of 3-2 for him.
Oh, shit.
Shit's happening. Shit's happening. No, I just think my team is better than his. I've been saying that for like 10 years now. Uh, his team hasn't been the same since he ran into Team Ramrod in the finals, and we bitch
It's
slapped him
true.
down with a shorthanded game-winning goal. Thank you, Stevenson. Um, classic Team Ramrod member. But his team's been in shambles since. Just the way he manages it all the time. He has bare bones keepers and just always cycling through players get man games. Like I just don't think it's sustainable all season long. It'll help him early on, and he might like limp into the playoffs, but he'll never do any serious damage unless he actually creates a base for his team. That's just how I view it. So Team Ramrod for me. Um, this matchup should be no surprise. Jager
Nope, no surprise.
Bombs 0-1 taking on the Shifley Towers 1-0. Who do you got?
I think Derek has a better, well-rounded team. Um, Braden, not an impressive first week, so see how week two looks.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Derek. Even with football going on, I think he could easily handle Braden with two GMs. These two GMs seem to not know what they're doing this season so far. Very quiet. We'll see what they do. I mean, it's still early, week one, but I just like to throw some shade out while I can. Um, I do think Derek's team is better, at least on paper. Excuse me, on paper. We'll see if that translates to a easy Shifley win this week, which is what I suspect. Daltrey, take it on Svetch me a drink. Who do you got here?
I think Dan will get the win. I think Shesterkin will take him through for a cruise win over Daltrey.
I'm gonna go the opposite. Because again, I think McKinnon and I think Daltrey's just three goaltenders are at least at least one of them is better than Shesterkin, and that's Gus. Gustafson is a better goalie. Um, on a better team because the Rangers have been very wishy-washy this year. They had one good game so far this year. The others weren't very pretty. So I'm gonna go with Daltrey, assuming he sets his lineup. He probably didn't with the afternoon games today. but I didn't have time to check that. So
Let's take a look. See if he said it. Oh, he's good.
no, he must be at work today and woke up early. So forgot about Dre taking on Neil. Who do you got here? Oh, Neil changed his team name. What's that?
Yeah, the House of Kirill.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that earlier today. Kirill had a great week last week towards his loss. So
I saw
uh,
something hilarious before we get into this, and I thought it was so funny. It's like, in what world does Kaprizov demand 17 million when he got McDavid taking like 12, or I think he took like,
12 and a half.
yeah, 12 and a half. You got Rantanen making like 12 and a half. You got Connor from the Jets who just took like 12. Like, and you got Carrillo who turned down 16 million to take 17 million. In what world does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah,
Like, great player. But what world do you think
yeah.
that you deserve more than some of these guys, like
It,
by a landslide?
it doesn't matter in comparison, right? If someone's willing to pay you.
It just hurts their team, big
Yeah,
time. Because now you
yeah.
have all that money locked into to him, where all these other guys are like, yeah, well, we're gonna surround ourselves with better players and be better than Minnesota.
I saw a video and it was Krill and Garen going to a press conference after he signed it, and the reporter's like, "Are you happy, Krill?" And Garen's like, "He better fucking be."
Uh,
uh,
let's get back on track because we have 7 minutes. Sorry, I forgot that the
oh,
timer went off. So you got Neil or Nick?
oh, this is gonna be a good
Kirill or
matchup.
Dre?
I'm gonna go with Dre. I think his goalies, which should not show up week one, likely won't do it 2 weeks in a row. Some solid goalie keepers there. Although I do think Neil has some good goalies there now too.
I do like Neil's team. I did see it firsthand last week, but I don't think Dre goes through the first 2 weeks of the season without a win. So I'm gonna go with Dre. Uh, I just
Me,
think
me, me, Daltrey and Dre all went 0-2 last year to start the year. I
yeah.
remember. So just so you know, he's already off to a hot start compared to last year, technically.
Hero versus Patches. Who do you got here?
Ooh, I don't like to give too much love to Mark because it goes to his head. Um, so I'm gonna go with Patches. No, he had some solid draft picks, some solid keepers going into this year, 4 6 rounders, right? And he hasn't moved them yet. Um,
You gotta set
so
him the right price.
yeah, I think he should have a good week here.
I like both their drafts. I really do. I like both these teams. I'm curious to see where they end up throughout the season, but I'm gonna give the edge to Patches this week. I just like his team overall better. But Mark has a lot of good, really young pieces that could develop throughout the season and really kind of lift his team. I just don't know if they're there this early in the season yet. They have to kind of continue to grow, right? So
I
they could
agree.
grow this year and hit their stride, or it might be next year. Like it's just he's in that stage where he's waiting for them to kind of take that next step, and I just don't know if they're there yet. But if they are, then he could be a dangerous team down the stretch, right? So I don't like to say that because the last couple of years, was just a dumpster fire, and now all of a sudden he's like, well, maybe the fire is kind of going out here, and
He's been watching the pod.
yeah, he's taking our advice. The farm team, after pulling out a tie against Dre, I'm setting him up against Casey this week here to see how he does. Who do you got?
Casey put up a good fight. Uh, I think Casey has the better team based on drafts and keepers. Keepers I think is very comparable, but I think the draft he had a better draft picks and overall, and then some good draft picks
Again,
with
these are
Casey.
two teams that I like. Just as middle ground teams. As middle ground teams. I'm going to give some love to the farm team here after pulling out a point out of Dre. I'm hoping they continue and get some more points here. Um, and it's going to matter on Vegas. Vegas is what's going to carry him, right? Marner and Eichel. So, and if Demko stays hot and healthy, then he could do a little bit of damage and maybe push for a playoff spot this year, as opposed to just winning a Golden Cock. So I'm gonna go with Plums this week. The farm team better not let me down though. Don't make me look like a fool. Robo Wolf.
You do that on your own.
Yeah, a fool who wins championships and makes the finals constantly. Robo Wolf versus the Polar Bears. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Robo Wolf. I think my team looks pretty damn sexy right now. Uh, the polar bears are gonna be cold to start the season.
I mean, they're already 1-0.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great season for Paulie. I don't know how long he'll stay in that playoff spot though.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of Paulie's team overall. Um, so I'm gonna have to go with Robo Wolf. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna trash Sean too much this week. He takes it all the time from me. Uh, we'll wait till he's like at least got a fifth 500 record before I really start laying it.
It's only time.
Team Rocket versus China number one. Who do you have?
I'd love to give uh, my vote of confidence to China number one here, but he did drop Clark, the best player in that trade. Um, so I think Kyle's going to take it. I think just the China number one, they're too injury prone. Somebody's going down. We know your luck, or you'll trade them away, or they're so young that they haven't developed yet. So I think it's a mixture of all three that Kyle will not blast off this week or blast off. I don't know. However you want to look at it.
I think these two teams are in rough shape after week one. Um, it's kind of a toss up for me, but you know what? I'm gonna join the bandwagon and go against Travis because I bet you by the end of the week he's gonna have like three different trades gone through, and like his team's not even gonna look the same. So,
The
um,
problem is if he even makes good trades now, he's still making you seem like you're right, like that he's going to make all these trades. Oh
well,
shit!
we have a minute left, so I do want to thank you for joining me.
No, always fun.
It was a pleasure. We get it done early and enjoy the rest of our Thanksgiving day. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Should you be
Yeah.
celebrating it? I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. Week one was so much fun. I'm so glad we're back. I'm excited to see how week two goes and the rest of the season. Good luck, everyone, this week. Except for you, Domo. Go fuck yourself.